All right, folks, we're going to break in here a minute, and Ben Carson is currently speaking at his watch party. Some folks think an announcement could be imminent. We'll listen and see real quick.
Also, we've taken care of that problem because we have the solutions on bencarson.com, so they can go and actually see them. We will continue to talk about them, but that's an uphill battle, of course, because the media tries to black you out. But, we will find a way through the people and through people and their ability to communicate with each other. It's just like in the pre-revolutionary days. The patriots were very concerned about the tyranny of George III. And they started having meetings in their living rooms and their barns in the center of the street, inviting everybody, even the loyalists, and talking about what kind of America do you want to have? What do you want to preserve for your children and your grandchildren? What are you willing to fight for? What are you willing to die for? And they were able to strengthen and encourage each other against odds that everyone would have said was impossible. The biggest, most professional military force on earth versus a bunch of ragtag militiamen who didn't even have boots. And yet, who won, And, it was a matter of the fortitude, of the energy, of the belief, of the faith that they had. Those are the very same things that we have, because we recognize what the issue is here. We have a country that is rapidly heading off the cliff. If someone had tried to describe America to you today, 30 years ago, you wouldn't have believed them. You would have said, no, you're wrong, you're talking about someplace else. That's how rapidly it is moving. And if we don't stop it, I shudder to think about what the future will hold. With the secular progressive movement going on, and with people who don't believe that there is a right and a wrong, and that everything is relative, and people who are willing to give away the very values and principles that made America into a great nation for the sake of political correctness. That obviously is a formula for disaster. But I believe people are already starting to wake up. I'm seeing it everywhere I go. And it's just a matter of time before they start demanding answers and they start demanding solutions. Because right now we're sort of in the ancient Rome stage, where everybody wanted to go to the Colosseum and, bring on the lions and the tigers and let's see them eat the people. This was cool. This was what they wanted while Rome was burning. And, right now we're in that stage, okay? But we have a bunch of fire extinguishers. And we are going to put the fire out, and we are going to put the fire in our bellies. And by the grace of God. That is so important. As America attempts to kick God out, I think we're seeing a concomitant decline. And I make no bones at all about the fact that God is a central part of my life and my being. And it should be a central part of all of our being, because what does it say when we say that Pledge of Allegiance? It says we're one nation under God. And every coin in your pocket, every bill in your wallet says, in God we trust. And our founding document, the Declaration of Independence, says our rights come from our Creator, a.k.a. God. So is all of that just babble? Or do we actually believe it? And it's a decision that we as a nation must make. The other big decision that is coming up is, are we a nation that is of, for, and by the people? or a nation that is up for and by the government, because that is what this election is all about. And I think it's going to be extremely important for Republicans, for conservatives, to begin to articulate how the things that they believe in are actually the things that are best for everybody. Because we, I believe, need to pay a significant amount of attention to the downtrodden people of our society and how we provide a ladder of opportunity so that they can escape dependency and become part of the fabric of America. This is exactly what the progressives have not done. They have kept them in a dependent position and then sort of made them think that they are their saviors while they're keeping them in a dependent position so they can cultivate their votes. Well, I have seen a large number of people in that situation who are starting to wake up. And we have to encourage that, but we have to really be able to articulate the kinds of things that we're actually going to do. Because when we say liberty and justice for all, that's exactly what it means. But we also need to recognize that the fewer people that we have to pull, the higher quality of life we all have. So we need to develop every single one of our people, because everyone we can keep from going on that path of self-destruction, that's one less person we have to be afraid of, protect our family from, pay for in the penal system or the welfare system, one more tax-paying, productive member of society who may discover a new energy source or the cure for cancer. We need every single American to be a part of the American pie. And that's what we're going to push for, and that's what we do when we achieve the kind of growth in our economy, and we get rid of all the fetters and the things that are keeping it from growing. And it has nothing to do with, as Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders says, evil rich people. You know, it has to do with an evil government. And what we need to do, you know. And they don't like it when I call them evil. You know, they get really upset, you know. But, you know, you call it what it is. You know, we talk about ISIS, we talk about the global Islamic jihadists and terrorists. We do now, the administration doesn't. But, you know, you can't fight it if you don't call it what it is. So we know what it is, we're going to call it what it is, and God willing, we're going to mobilize the American people to actually recognize who their friends and who their enemies are. We together are an incredibly powerful force. We can absolutely define the course of our nation, and we will be at the pinnacle. We will decide what kind of nation we're going to have. Thank you very much.
I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Candy Carson, and I approve this message.
All right, folks, we're going to get you out to the. We're monitoring Ted Cruz's watch party as well, and we may put that up in a minute if he speaks before Trump. We look at the tally so far. Trump has a commanding lead. He has 42.7% of the vote in Nevada, with 6% of the precincts reporting. Trump leads 42.7% in first place. Rubio looks like the clear second place finisher at right now. He has 24.5%. Ted Cruz at 21. Ben Carson almost 8%, and Kasich, this might be his last go round. So yeah, it looks like Trump is ahead, and we're going to play some music really quick, and then try to get you out to Cruz's watch party. We'll put it up in a box in the upper left-hand corner, and as soon as Trump comes out, which hopefully won't be much longer, since all the networks have called the race for him. So, hang tight.
You're urged to call this toll-free number now because Clever Life is accepting applications for an affordable grow-up plan. It's easy to help your child get off to a good financial start. Just call today. Free information will be sent to parents and grandparents who call now, or you can apply right now over the phone if you like. The more and your child just has families with whole life insurance protection now, then doubles on monthly to $20,000 later at no extra cost. Later on, your child can buy more, up to $100,000 in total protection, regardless of their health or job. Sometimes
So apparently Ben Carson is still in the race. I'm not sure why. He's a good guy, but there's absolutely no chance, obviously. But he's staying in. And also, apparently, Glenn Beck's fast for Ted Cruz didn't work out very well because Ted Cruz has dropped to third place. And he's well behind, 5 points behind Rubio, who is at 25. You would have to think that Kasich would drop out after getting 3% here in Nevada. He has absolutely no chance in the SEC. So I think it really is a three-way race. You've been hearing that for the last week, and that's exactly what it is a three-way race. You have Trump, obviously, dominating tonight. If you look at the headline on the Drudge Report right now, it's the nominee. So he is the presumptive nominee, and I know the establishment is still holding out some hope that they are going to be able to find some way to stop him, but I just don't see it happening. So hopefully it won't be too much longer, and Mr. Trump will be out to give his victory speech in Nevada. And thank you all for watching, and hang tight just a little bit longer.
The bottom line is that he's going to probably have to talk about what we before in his past before speeches, that he feels like there's actually something that is really happening out there in the Republican Party. And he's not about to.
I was going to the big season of I do think some Cruz is going to take that place of just the vehicle for the Trump snap. So especially because in Texas
smarter way of dating. Introducing Express Launch, the world's #1 personalized matchmaking service for professional singles. Instead of spending hours and hours online, we have professionals and different matchmakers do what no one else can. We get to know you in person and select your matches. That is the most important part of what we do in our success. Express Launch guarantees we'll go all dates and we'll handle all the details. From setting up date to confirming the reservation, whether it's just launch or dress up.
We're trying to adapt to the absurdity of having such an authoritarian guy threatening people and punching in the face.
Well, happy Wednesday to those of you on the East Coast. It is 12:44 a.m. Wednesday in New York. And we are looking at a Trump victory, and not just a victory, but an overwhelming victory. He is now ahead. There's still only about 10% of the vote in, and he is on top by 17. Rubio is second. Trump has 42% of the vote. Rubio has 25%, and Ted Cruz, Glenn Beck's guy, is at 21. And the two guys that need to get out, Carson and Kasich, fourth and fifth, 6.7% for Carson, and Kasich at 3.8%. And then we just heard from Ben Carson a few minutes ago, and he's not getting out of the race. So, yeah, Mr. Trump should be out shortly. There's no reason to wait much longer. So hang tight, and we will hopefully hear from him very soon.
I think if immigration is a issue for our actors choosing between Marco Rubio and Donald Trump, the sectors of the race, they go to
Here's something maybe you guys can explain to me, and maybe this is good for your guy, please. Trump wins overwhelmingly, but on the question of shares, he shares my values. He consistently doesn't do that, and he didn't do well tonight. He was beaten by shares my values by Ted Cruz and by Marco Rubio. So here we have the front runner candidate who is on the road towards being nominated. Yet, when you see this in our country, where they find ways to most inclusive and they have to turn back values, yeah. It's a problem.
They want to spend Senator Washington to finish elections. I mean, you believe that the next president is always going to react to the previous president. I think the voters
We love Nevada. We love Nevada. Thank you. Thank you. This is a great place. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Great evening. We will be celebrating for a long time tonight. Have a good time. Have a good time. You know, we weren't expected, a couple of months ago, we weren't expected to win this one. You know that, right? We weren't. Of course, if you listen to the pundits, we weren't expected to win too much, and now we're winning, winning, winning the country. And soon the country is going to start winning, winning, winning. So I want to thank the volunteers. They've been unbelievable. These people, they work like endlessly, endlessly. We're not going to forget it. And we've had some great numbers coming out of Texas. And amazing numbers coming out of Tennessee and Georgia and Arkansas. And then in a couple of weeks later, Florida. We love Florida. So we're going to do very well in Ohio. We're beating the governor. That's good. It's always nice to be beating the governor. And Michigan, the whole thing. I mean, it's going to be an amazing 2 months. We might not even need the 2 months, folks, to be honest, all right? So tonight we had 45, 46%, and tomorrow you'll be hearing, you know, if they could just take the other candidates and add them up. And if you could add them up, because, you know, the other candidates amount to 55%. So if they could just add, they keep forgetting that when people drop out, we're going to get a lot of votes. You know, they keep forgetting. They don't say it. So I want to begin by thanking my boys. Eric has been all over the place making speeches. He's getting better than me, so I'm a little jealous. And Don went up to Elko, and you were all over, right? And he loves the rifle stuff. This is serious rifle. This is serious NRA, both of them. So, both of them. We love the Second Amendment, folks. Nobody loves it more than us, so just remember that. And Corey and Hope, the staff, the whole group, and Charles and Dan, and what a group we have. It's just been amazing. I want to just thank a couple of friends of mine that are here. The owner of this incredible hotel, Mr. and Mrs. Phil Ruffin, stand up. Great guy. Phil said, Donald, like for the last 3 months, he's driving me crazy. He said, Donald, I want to put $10 million into your campaign. I said, Phil, I don't want your money. I don't want to do it. I'm self-funding. Every time I see him, it's hard for me to turn down money because that's not what I've done in my whole life. I grab and grab and grab. You know, I get greedy. I want money, money. Now I'm going to, I'll tell you what we're going to do, right? We get greedy, right? Now we're going to get greedy for the United States. We're going to grab and grab and grab. We're going to bring in so much money and so much everything. We're going to make America great again, folks. I'm telling you, we're going to make America great again. And another great friend of mine, somebody respected by everybody, a great friend of Phil, too, Mr. and Mrs. Steve Wynn. Stand up, Steve. Stand up. Two great people. Steve is always calling. He's always got advice, right, Steve? Donald, I think you ought to do this and that. His advice I like to listen to, I'll be honest with you. So, Phil and Steve and families, we appreciate it. You've been great friends. Thank you. Thank you. So, this was very exciting tonight, but I'll tell you, it looks like we won by a lot, evangelicals. I love the evangelicals. And I have to tell you, Pastor Jeffress has been so incredible on television and elsewhere. He has been great. And as you know, Liberty University, do we love Liberty University? Jerry Falwell Jr., an unbelievable guy, and he has been with us and with us from the beginning. And I want to thank Jerry and his family. It's been amazing, the relationship. So we won the evangelicals. We won with young. We won with old. We won with highly educated. We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. We're the smartest people. We're the most loyal people. And you know what I really am happy about? Because I've been saying it for a long time. 46% with the Hispanics. 46%. Number one with Hispanics. I'm really happy about that. So, thank you. So I'm very proud of you. This is an amazing night, and you know, I love the country. I love the country. We're going in the wrong direction. We're going to keep, as you know, Gitmo, we're keeping that open, and we're going to load it up with bad dudes. We're going to load it up with a lot of bad dudes out there. We're going to have our borders nice and strong. We're going to build the wall. You know that. We're going to build the wall. And I have a lot of respect for Mexico, and you just heard we won Hispanics. But let me tell you, Mexico is going to pay for the wall, right? Going to happen. Going to happen. They know it. I know it. We all know it. We have a tremendous deficit. We have a trade deficit with Mexico. They'll pay for the wall. They'll be very happy about it. Believe me, I'll talk to them. They'll be very, very thrilled. They're going to be thrilled to be paying for the wall. We're going to be the smart people. We're not going to be the people that get pushed around all over the place. We're going to be the smart people. You're going to be proud of your president, and you're going to be even prouder of your country, okay? So tonight, folks, this was a great evening. I love this place. I love this state. I love Las Vegas. I have spent and invested so much money over here. Trump International Hotel. I keep telling Steve we have the best hotel in Las Vegas. He's fighting me all the time, but that's not. But I just want to say it's a great state, and they have great people. And I was so proud. You know, I went to caucus. I was all over the place tonight. The people are amazing. The enthusiasm. It was unbelievable to see. The people of this country are absolutely amazing. I love you folks very much. Remember, make America great again. We're going to do it, and it's going to happen fast. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. We love you. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I love you. Thank you.